someone laterally to you, or a conversation about boundaries or consequences. So it's always breaking down at either clarity or conversation. And so here's a picture of that to make the point. Execution does not break at accountability. Accountability is just a marker that it has broken at clarity or conversation. And it's not just one conversation, and it's not a one-way conversation. Generally, there's going to be some conflict in there, and that's where we break down as well. So when you look at this chain, what I can tell you is that when people at the top or anywhere in leadership lack clarity, and I can say this especially for entrepreneurs, it can feel pretty bad, and there can be some shame that is experienced when there's a lack of clarity. But I want to clear that up very easily, in that clarity is different than certainty. So sometimes we're mixed up in our definitions. So if you're feeling some shame because I'm not clear, I'm not clear, I'm not clear, it may be that you're striving for certainty, and you are clear. You have more clarity than you think. You know your values, you know your mission, you know your vision, you know what you desire, you know who you don't want to work with, you know what you don't want to happen. So we have to start with the clarity that we have and stop saying that we don't have clarity. But then when it comes to conversation, this is where the real inner conflict comes in. If I know that I have clarity and I need to talk with someone, I'm clear about what's happening, what's not happening, where we're getting stuck, how it's affecting the business. If I'm clear about those things and I know that I need to have a conversation, even if I don't know how to do that, if I don't have the conversation, I'm going to have what I call internal conflict. That internal conflict means I'm not aligned with who I need to be in this role. So that's where real inner conflict comes from. And then once it filters down into accountability, that's where the anger, that's where the blame, that's where you start to see external conflict. So that's how the alignment chain starts to work. So here's some ways to spot hidden execution risk. The work isn't getting completed. Pretty common for most of us, I would say, these days. Strategy is clear, but process is not. I was just having a talk with someone a few weeks ago, and she said, you know what, generally for us, process is clear, but strategy is not. So I added that one. We know the process, we're in process, but we don't know why. So there's a lack of clarity there. The calendar's full, the dashboard's green, and we're setting it red. Decisions are made, but action seems to be optional, and everyone agrees, but nothing changes. I saw a really cool post today on LinkedIn, and it was that agreement doesn't equal alignment. And that is so true, because we often agree. In my book, I call that appeasing. We appease. We want people to feel good, so we nod our heads. We say we understand. We say we agree, because maybe in the structure of the organization, it doesn't feel safe, or maybe it's just a lack of courage. You have to determine